Maybe I'll move this. I swear to God, if this breaks, I will have a mental breakdown. Yeah. Nose is itchy. I'm taking it. Oh my God. There we go. I told ya. This is good. This is great. What am I talking about? Hello and welcome back to another episode of the What Fills Your Cup podcast. I am your host, Riley Alexander, and I'm going to state the obvious. I don't know if I've filmed an episode wearing my new glasses yet. Yeah, I freaking love them. I feel like I'm really channeling my inner Edna from The Incredibles when I wear these. And with that comes an attitude. I'm kidding. I'm working on my attitude. But I will say I love them. I think they are very me, and I just had to throw that out there. Every time I do something new, you guys are going to hear me talk about it for at least 30 seconds, so we're done with that. What are we talking about today? Great question. Before we dive into this week's topic, I've been thinking, okay? Scary, I know. I have been thinking that with the solo episodes, I am finding it really hard to come up with new recipes. And 90% of the time, no, that's a lie. 95% of the time, all I want to drink is coffee. Okay? There, I said it. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you guys, I just need coffee right now. I need something to give me energy. So we're having another cup of coffee. I think I might just stick the drink component with my guest. We'll throw in a drink for my solo episodes once in a blue moon. Is that the phrase? Blue moon? Once in a blue moon? I think so. Why is the moon blue? That is not today's topic, so we're not even going to enter that chat, but I'm just having a coffee today. I need a coffee today. I need about 5 coffees today. I hope that you are cozied up on the couch watching this, or maybe you have this on as background noise. Maybe you're watching this episode because you saw the title and you thought, wow, great topic. I know, all my ideas are pretty great. No, they're not. My ADHD is buzzing right now, so let's just shh for a second. If you didn't watch the first episode, please watch it because I explained to you that I have a raging ADHD and I'm voluntarily unmedicated right now, but I definitely need to go back on my meds so that I can actually do tasks and get things done because this is a prime example. The first introduction to this episode is showing you that I'm struggling, okay? I'm freaking struggling. Coffee time. So now that we got my rambling out of the way, hello, hi, welcome back. I hope you've returned. I hope you are enjoying the episodes thus far. I am having so much fun doing this. I have gotten such amazing and supportive feedback from everyone. I have had people reach out that I haven't talked to in years. I have had new faces that I've never seen before reach out to me. I have had coworkers, friends, family. I feel as though I am just surrounded by so much support and love and care right now. And I just wanted to say, if you have sent me a message in regards to this podcast, thank you so very much. I just feel really grateful and really proud, and that's a really cool feeling. I say the word proud because that is a word that I used to not really typically use when I would talk about myself. I feel as though because I struggled so much in school, I had a really hard time with feeling proud of myself because I had to work really hard because I was undiagnosed ADHD. And a lot of the time I would work really hard and the results would not show. I was an average B student. I worked really, really hard to maintain that average, but it was very, very rare that I saw an A. Okay? I feel like I was an average B student, C plus on a normal day, but there was definitely the often F And, after a while, that really starts to beat you down, honestly. In my formative years growing up, I really struggled with feeling proud of myself in various ways when it came to my sport. Or again, in school, I felt like I was studying, working really hard, and not seeing the results that, again, I believed I deserved, or at least wanted to get and reach those goals and achievements. And that trickled down into not talking to myself very kindly. I wanted to start this conversation off with the word proud because, as I've mentioned, that is a word that I did not grow up saying to myself at all. I never felt proud of myself. I never felt that what I was doing was ever enough. I always felt as though I could be doing more. And with that, I was constantly nitpicking every single thing that I did. I was not talking to myself in a kind way, in a respectful way, and it wasn't until I read something years ago, it was a few years ago, and it really resonated with me. And it was along the lines of talk to yourself the way that you would talk to your best friend. And I use best friend as an example because I feel as though, as a best friend, I at least am always going to be the most supportive, the most kind, the most loving. Even if they're wrong, I am probably going to say, well, I don't know if I would have done that, but I will back you up. I will support you no matter what. And how can we learn or grow from this? Obviously, being respectful because they're my best friend. Sometimes you got to tell your best friends the hard truth, but in that delivery, you can use it in a kind and respectful manner. And I sat there and I thought, why don't I treat myself with the same respect? At the end of the day, I'm with me 24/7 all day, every day. And as much as sometimes I could escape that, I can't. That is actually just being a human. You're with yourself all day, every day. You better freaking start to like you. But I felt as though I was not talking to myself in a very kind way. And I really wanted to shift that, and I really wanted to change that. Because just what I said, I am with myself 24/7 all day, every day. So I should start to really learn to enjoy the time with me. Because I was in a cycle of not talking to myself very kindly for so many years, and then maybe having exterior voices not talk to me very kindly for X amount of years, I started to believe those people's words. And I started to convince myself that what they were saying was true. And I had to reprogram myself and my brain in how I spoke to myself. And that was hard. That was very hard. And it still is hard. I still struggle with it, and I'm still really trying to make sure that I stay on top of using nice words when I talk about myself. And when I'm talking about myself, I'm not talking down on who I am or my character. And it's not coming out of a place of cockiness or because I think I'm better than you or any of those sorts. It's genuinely because I'm trying to convince myself to believe what I'm saying. I use the word convince because a lot of the self-talk is you convincing yourself that what you're saying is true. I think at the beginning steps of talking kinder and kindly to yourself, it does take a little bit of convincing because you're trying to reprogram your brain to believe the words that you are saying, especially if you are someone like me that was talking very negatively to myself. It makes me a little bit sad to think back on how I did used to talk about myself or how I believed I was perceived, because I think that it's taken a lot of time to really also understand who I am. And I'm still learning and understanding that and what my core values are and what I value and prioritize and believe is the most important to me. And that is being a kind, genuine human being. So why wouldn't I have ever given that same kindness to myself? I deserve it. Why don't I deserve it? Why wouldn't I deserve to treat myself with the same care and love that I treat my family, my friends, my sister, my coworkers, whoever it may be that's in my circle. I as well deserve that same love and care. And I hope you know that you deserve that same love and care in however you might talk to yourself. Now, this is the first time that I am bringing a book into this series. One of my favorite books is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, I have read this book a few times. I have a bunch of stuff highlighted in it. I go back to this book when I am needing some inspiration or when I'm feeling down. I absolutely love this book, and I would 12 out of 10 recommend this if you are either wanting to change some habits or you're just needing some friendly reminders. However, I wanted to pull this book into this topic because in terms of talking kindly and eliminating those negative voices, I believe that the 4 laws of behavior change can positively contribute to that mentality shift. If you don't know what the 4 laws of behavior change are, they are make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. In one of the lines after it gives you the 4 laws of behavior change, it says the secret to getting results that last is to never stop making improvements. I absolutely love this quote, and I love the 4 laws of behavior change that are discussed in this book. When you're talking to yourself kindly, you can make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. An example that I really wanted to give is vision boards. And on a vision board, you can put whatever the heck you want on that board. But for example, on mine, on the one that I have on my phone, and I'm going to pull my phone up right now, but it says, people are going to talk about you no matter what you do, so you might as well do whatever brings you joy and live your best life. I love this quote. One of the things, especially with starting this podcast, is I was talking so negatively to myself and almost stopping making my dream become a reality because I was so scared of what other people would say. I know that that definitely stems from when I had a YouTube channel in high school and people made fun of me and took the love I had for content creation out of my life and brought me down. However, when I was restarting this, I felt myself go back to those negative thoughts. And having a quote like that on something that I can see every single day has allowed me to make it a habit to keep doing what I'm doing because I love it and I'm living my best life. Taking it from the quote. But I am also making it obvious, making it attractive, making it satisfying, and making it easy to consume. Now, that is just an example that has worked for me. But if you are someone that you need friendly reminders, I would highly suggest having a quote or phrase that resonates with you somewhere in your everyday life, whether that be your phone screen, whether that be on your bedside table, whether that be a sticky note on your mirror. I don't know what will work for you, but having something that provides positivity and kindness to yourself that you can see on an everyday basis. I firmly believe that if you have those gentle reminders in words or images or constantly around you, you will start to believe them and you will start to actually feel them over time. I know that positive self-talk is something that a lot of people struggle with, and I myself still struggle with it to this day. But I wanted to provide that example, and I really wanted to allow you guys to see that it's not hard to begin the steps of having that mentality shift. Another example that I had to really use was when I was getting dressed in the morning and I would look in the mirror and I would talk so negatively about my body and myself, and I would nitpick everything that I saw. And finally, one day I said, you know what? I am done with this. I am so tired of feeling this way. I need to start talking to myself way more kind, and I really need to take care of myself because right now, nitpicking and hating everything I see when I look in the mirror is only causing more harm and more damage on not only my body, but my heart, my mind, my soul. I need to stop this. Over time, I can now get dressed in the morning and I will remind myself I have 2 working legs, 2 arms, I am healthy, I am happy, I am so grateful that I have a body that I can move in that can get me from point A to point B, and it is able to help me do everyday tasks. Something as simple as that can be said instead of, I hate the way my legs look in these pants. I hate the way my arms look in this shirt. My stomach is out. No one is looking at that except for you. So in terms of looks and the way you feel, just know that you are your biggest critic. Everyone else, their opinions don't matter, because at the end of the day, your opinion about you is the one that matters the most. Because like I said at the beginning of the episode, you are with you 24/7, all day, every day. So we have to make sure that we are taking care of that person. And it all starts with how you talk to yourself. I know that this is hard, and I know it is a work in progress, but just know that I myself am still working on it. I myself still have days where I will say something mean to myself, but I am working so hard to have that mentality shift. And this week, or maybe today, or maybe tomorrow, or whenever you catch yourself saying something not very kind to yourself, try to give yourself either 1 or 2 compliments. Whatever the case may be, you like your eyes, you like your smile, you like your length of your hair. I don't know. Try to counter that 1 negative thought with 2 positive thoughts about yourself. And that is just an exercise that maybe you can try. I hope you try it. I hope it works. And try to do that every single time you do say something negative about yourself, because you're countering it with 2 positives. And I know that over time you will start to believe it. And those are some of the beginning steps in how you can be more kind to yourself, because you deserve to be kind to yourself. And I hope you also know that. I hope this solo episode gave you a little bit of inspiration on how to just be friendly to that person you see every day in the mirror. And I also hope that with the exercises and quotes that I've provided today, you are able to take something away from this episode. I wanted to thank you guys so very much for watching another episode of the What Fills Your Cup podcast. If you haven't already, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and follow the What Fills Your Cup Instagram page. Before I sign off, if you haven't heard it today, I love you, and do not forget to tell someone you love them, because you never know who needs it a little extra. And due to today's topic, I want you to tell yourself in the mirror, I love you. You deserve to love yourself as much as the people around you love you as well. Thank you guys, and I will see you on Sunday for another episode. Love you.